Hey, what's going on, internet? This is JD coming at you with a video, Hell to the Redskins. I literally just recorded like an 8-minute video, and I got to restart, so this is going to be great. Hell to the Redskins, here we go. I'm commenting first on a comment that was posted on my video this morning. Maybe like last night, but I was asleep by 9:30 last night because I had worked all week. But, I got a comment, and this is what I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm not going to word for word. I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm going to paraphrase it. This comment stated that I was very biased, that all last year I bitched about Kirk checking the ball down, yada, yada, yada. I bitched about, let me see if I can get it verbatim. I don't want to misquote the guy. He said, I'm very biased to the quarterback. All last year I bitched and complained about Kirk not checking the ball down, or Kirk checking the ball down, and I criticized everyone on the team accurately except for the quarterback. Okay. So that's basically what was said. That was paraphrased. And this is how I know the guy didn't listen to this is why me and him butt heads. He didn't listen to a fucking word I said last year. Not one fucking word. And here's how I know this. Here's how I know. This is the way people argue now. People don't argue now to understand someone else's perspective. They argue to respond. And obviously he did not listen to a word I said last year. And I have documented video of my perspective on Kirk Cousins. So I'm very happy he posted that on my video. Okay? So here is my perspective on this is my perspective on Kirk Cousins last year. I had no, on the Redskins, on the Redskins offense, I had no issue with Kirk Cousins checking down last year. Why did I not have an issue with him checking down, will you ask? I'll tell you why. Because when you're checking down to Jordan Reed or Vernon Davis or Chris Thompson or Jamison Crowder, they're athletes. They're good players. They make plays. They are ballers. They make good plays. When they get the ball in their hands, good things happen. Okay? I have no issue with checkdowns. Here's where my issue with Kirk Cousins checkdowns last year. We would constantly, and I also said this, and this is in a video. It's on my first video I ever posted on this channel was against the Eagles last year. And I said this day one, and I was consistent with this all fucking year last year. Sorry I'm cussing a lot, but I'm really irritated with this bullshit. Because people don't listen, and they want you to respond to what they think your opinion is, rather than going back and re-watching your opinion and then responding to it. So, my opinion was the Redskins last year, because Kirk Cousins cannot complete passes over 20 yards. He can't. He couldn't do it last year. He was 17% last year. The first game of the season last year, he was 0 for 6, and I went on YouTube, my first video I ever posted, and bitched poetically about how he can't hit a deep ball to save his life. And I said from that moment on, our best strategy is to go with the short passing game. And that would be our best offensive strategy. Because if we go with the short passing game, we're going to have options to ourselves, and we're going to get the ball in athletes, we're going to get the ball moving. The defense will start cheating up to take away short passes, and then we can open up the deep ball. We got to work it backwards. What we try to do is we try to go deep first, to pull them back, and then go short. We got to go the opposite of that. That's what we should have done last year. And I was consistent with that. Here's where my issue with Kirk happens. And I'm consistent with this too. I said I would like to be able to fly on a wall to know what the offensive strategy is. If it's Jay Gruden calling a random deep ball throw on first down, then I have an issue with Jay Gruden. Okay? But I still have an issue with Kirk if he's the one that doesn't understand that no one's open. Check it down to your open guy in the flat on a first down. Okay? Here's what Kirk would do a lot last year. So let's say it's first down, we run the ball, we get no yards. We had a bad running game last year, so that happened a lot. So run the ball, first down, get 0 yards. Okay? Second down, on second and 10 or second and 9, he goes for a bomb deep. He overthrows the guy by like 10 yards, so it's a wasted down. It's an incomplete pass, wasted down. Next play comes up. Kirk Cousins on 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8 would throw the ball on a 3-yard out route or a 2-yard slant, or just throw the ball to an 8-yard in route or out route or something, and he would not throw the ball past the sticks to give us a chance to get a first down. And my issue is, why not throw the short pass like that on second down? Because then you're at a 3rd and 4, and he can just do the same kind of play again and get a first down. Instead, he takes that stupid shot deep, overthrows his guy, wastes it down, and then he comes back and throws way short of the first down marker on 3rd down, just so he can get his stats up. That's what my opinion was on that, and I was very consistent with that. If that's play calling, then I have a huge issue with play calling. When it happens so often, and I know I've watched game film, guys. If you go on, I have NBA Game Pass, you can go on NFL Sunday Ticket also. You can use the NFL Sunday Ticket to do this. You can watch games from every camera angle. And I watch games from every camera angle. There are guys open deep, and Kirk would just check down. Okay? There are guys open deep, and Kirk would straight up just check down, keep that percentage up, but he'll just throw deep whenever there's no one open. It was consistent in his thought process, and my thought process was he's going for the safe stuff, because if he gets an interception, in his mind is like, oh, there's another reason not to pay me money. That's basically what his thought process was. So, in my opinion on that was very consistent last year. I was bitching so much about throwing deep balls. As soon as we did the Eagles game, the very next game, I think we came out and played the Rams. The very next game we came out, we had 0 passes over 20 yards, okay? And we just fucking pecker smacked the Rams. We controlled the game the entire game. And the game after that, we did the same thing to the Oakland Raiders. We threw 1 deep pass in that game. 1 deep pass. That was Josh Dobson's first touchdown pass. That might have been Terrell Pryor. It's one of those two. Okay? I'm pretty sure it was, I think it was Terrell Pryor. I'm pretty confident it was Terrell Pryor. Okay? We didn't throw any deep passes in those games. We threw like one where it was like 100% opportunity to score, and we hit on those plays. Okay? So those plays, Kirk Cousins, he consistently would go to a short route when we needed a first down. And this guy is posting a video bitching that Alex Smith isn't just chucking the ball deep for a touchdown. If they're playing a 2 over top and they're playing deep, the underneath is open. The entire game, the underneath was open. And he posted this fucking video this morning, or yesterday, or last week, whatever. He posted a stupid fucking video showing how Alex Smith was on the last drive of the game. Why don't you show the fucking fumble the series before? How about you show that? Talk about being biased. You never showed any of that shit when Kirk Cousins did it. Jesus Christ. Now, do I have an issue with the way Alex Smith played in week 2? Sure. He wasn't as risky, but he's taking what the defense is giving him, and we're moving the sticks. We control time and possession. Since it's a stupid fucking statement that he wants to call me biased when he's showing a video about him checking the ball down and him not going for a touchdown whenever Kirk Cousins fucking did it all last year. Why don't you just fucking jerk him off? How the Vikings loving him right now? I have a bunch of my friends. I have 3 of my best friends are Vikings fans. James, Ricky, and Brad are all Vikings fans. They fucking hate him. You know why they fucking hate him? Because he's not a good quarterback. He's not consistent. I told him, like, dude, you'll have a game where he'll put up like 500 yards. He'll have 3 touchdowns, 400 yards. Then you have a game where you'll have like, he'll have a lot of completions, a lot of yards with no touchdowns and an interception. He'll do that all the time. An inconsistent play. Okay? And that's why we got rid of him. Okay? So now that that's talked about and that's out of the way, someone going to call me, yeah, am I a little biased towards Alex Smith? Sure. I do like Alex Smith. But I recognize that last week there was nothing he could have done. He was taking what the defense gave him. If he'd have tried to wait for a longer pass to develop, he'd have got sacked. That's why he got sacked in that game. It wasn't because he was trying to wait for a deeper pass to develop. They were playing so deep against us that we didn't have opportunities to throw the ball deep. And our offensive line didn't show up. Not to mention, I also don't blame him for not throwing the ball deep whenever you don't have guys that can catch the ball. Guys were not catching the ball last week. So what did he do? Instead of doing what Kirk Cousins does, Kirk Cousins would keep throwing the ball to guys that drop passes. He checked down to guys he know were more reliable. That's all there is to it. Okay? And he checked down. We still moved the ball. He had good yardage. He had, the asinine opinion that Alex Smith checked down to keep his stats up. He checked down because it's the only thing available to him. Had nothing to do with keeping his stats up. It's stupid. It's unbiased. Never had one game last. I'm sorry. It's really irritating to me. He didn't have one game, one film last year. One of his stupid videos last year where he called out Kirk Cousins on checking down. And in the first game we lose, he posted a goddamn video about it with Alex Smith doing it. It's just, oh wow. It's the unbiased, my unbiased. Wow. It makes me laugh. It really does. So now I'm going to talk about the game we had last night where the defensive line got after Aaron Rodgers. I told you the defensive coordinator last week did not adjust to what was thrown at them. Okay? Last week we did not press coverage to make sure that they were they couldn't get those quick early routes and give us time to get to the quarterback. They weren't doing it this week. Aaron Rodgers and the team didn't throw quick passes. They were trying to more downfield development, and that's why we were able to get a lot more pressure on the quarterback. So I'm just throwing that out there, and so I'm going to go over every aspect. I thought Alex Smith played great. The second half he didn't do well. And here's where I'm going to have an issue with Alex Smith, and this is an issue he's had consistently, and it's an issue we've had as a team consistently. First half we put up 28 points. Second half we put up 3. That's an issue. First week we put up 21 points in the first half, and then we put up 3 in the second half. That's an issue. Okay? We're not scoring in the second half. We're getting way too conservative, and that's an issue that I'm having right now. We need to get a lot more. We need to put our foot on the gas, and we could have beat them by like 30 points, but we didn't. We literally scored only 3 points in the second half, and we didn't really give ourselves the full opportunity to really show how dominant a team we can be. We held Aaron Rodgers to 17 points. Okay, we're averaging giving up only 14 points a game. 14.6, 6, 6, 6, 6 repeating per game. Okay. The Redskins defense, I said it last year, there's a lot of injuries that people did not understand we lost. When you lose key parts of your defense, it's hard to overcome that. Offense is different because if you lose a good receiver, you can just scheme to get other guys open. You can't scheme to make your defense better. Sometimes it comes down to intestinal fortitude and guys playing well. Our defensive line played pretty good yesterday. I don't have a stat. I wish I had. God, I didn't look it up. I'm going to assume we didn't give up more than 100 yards rushing because I had Jay Williams Williams in fantasy, and he didn't get that many points. So we didn't give up a lot of yards rushing. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a lot of. We forced some turnovers. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a lot of yardage. I mean, he still played well. I mean, he's on a hobbled knee, and I will say Clay Matthews, that sack on him, that rough in the pass was bullshit. I'm sorry, Clay Matthews. I'm sorry that happened to you, buddy. I think it's bullshit. I mean, it didn't really affect the game much. It affected it last week for sure. Kirk Cousins should have ended the game on an interception as he was being sacked, but they call a 15-yard penalty on roughing the passer. Sorry, bullshit. And I'm sorry, Clay Matthews, that's happening to you. Happened to you twice. I guess it happened 3 times. 3 times in the last 3 weeks is bullshit. You're just playing football, man. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it is what it is. It shouldn't have been called. I agree. It was bullshit. But what was I at? So the defensive line played well. Linebacking played well. We pretty much suffocated the run pretty well. We held our own defensive backs. Everyone's complaining about Josh Norman. God, everyone just complained about it. Everyone just complains about everyone. Josh Norman played pretty well. He got beat on one. It's a zone coverage. I don't understand why people get. If someone beats you deep on zone coverage, because they're in another zone. People don't understand that. Zone coverage. God damn, people just don't know football, man. They shoot off the mouth. I'm in a lot of Redskins groups. I need to leave them. It makes me frustrated. It's very frustrating to read people comment that don't understand football. If someone's in zone coverage, it's not man, it's zone, and you're covering the flat, and they go behind you, that's because they're in someone else's zone. It is now not your responsibility to cover that person. Jesus, and people just don't understand that. People were, sorry, I need to get into that. Offensively, Adrian Peterson was the man this week. Chris Thompson actually took a week off. Adrian Peterson was the man. 120 yards rushing on like 17 attempts, 6.3 yards per carry. Just did really well. Dominated, destroyed them, whatever you want to call it. Decimated them. All the words begin with a D. Just did a very good job. Played hard. Got after it. He makes some good cuts. My God, can he make some smart? Got 2 touchdowns. Congrats to Adrian Peterson. He's really shown that, it might not have been him that was like bad. It might have been the teams he was on. And the reason why I say that is because, Arizona, they're not running the ball very well right now. The Saints aren't doing too hot right now. Just throwing that out there. So, they're not having a good running game. The only reason they had an effective running back is they got the running back involved in the passing game. And Adrian Peterson's actually shown he can effectively work in the passing game too. Quarterback, I thought Alex Smith played great. The only issue I'm having is, this has happened last year, is we're not scoring more than 30 points a game. We have an offense that's good enough to score 30 points a game. We're not consistently doing that. Okay? And we're not consistently scoring in the second half. That's one of my other issues I'm having. So we got to consistently make sure we're scoring in the second half. We got to put our foot on the gas. Now, whether that's Alex Smith or scheme, I mean, time will tell. If it's consistently happening enough, I wish that I can get a hold of, like, JP Finley or some of the other news guys, and they can ask these questions so I can get the answers to them. Are they going more conservative in the second half? Are they trying to focus on maintaining leads and trying not to lose instead of trying to go for the win? Is that something that they're doing? I'm a little curious of that. So I wish I kind of had access to him. Paul Richardson finally beat someone deep. If we can do that more effectively, I think we're going to have a lot more success stretching out the defense. We really need to get back to working our core three, and that's what I mean by our core three is Thompson, core four, I should say, core four. Thompson, Davis, Reed, and Crowder. The middle of the field, those middle three guys, slot, tight end, and running back out of the backfield, are three keys to us being successful. We're not working those the right way. We're trying to work the edges more, and we're not trying to work the middle of the field. I think we need to work the middle of the field because that's going to pull in those safeties, and then we're going to be able to hit the edges better. So I think that's what we need to do strategically. Statistics say that the more you have games where, Alex Smith is throwing the ball like 30 or 40 times, you're not going to win as often. Excuse me. So you're just not going to win as often. So I don't think a strategy where like throwing like dink and dunk all the time and throwing like 40 passes is the best trick. Excuse me. Is the best way to win. So I don't think doing that with him is gonna be more effective. Pounding the ball the way we have been, like weeks 1 and 3, is the most effective way to win with this team. That's pretty much all I have for this video. I really wanted to wax poetically about some fucker calling me biased when he never posted one thing last year. One fucking thing about Kirk Cousins checking down in a losing effort. But he'll post a video of Alex Smith checking down in a game where he had us down to like the goal, not the goal line, but like he had us down in the red zone until fucking Jordan Reed fumbles, but he doesn't mention that. I'm sorry. I'm going to post a video. Actually, I'm going to post on Wednesday. Actually, be more of a game film breakdown. I'm going to actually watch the game again, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to see if second half, if the Packers made a strategic adjustment to take something specifically away, or if they're just getting so much pressure on Alex Smith he didn't have a chance. I'm going to check that. I'm going to double check that. But I know the first half he killed it. Second half it wasn't as good. I'm going to see if it's a strategic adjustment that we just didn't counter, or I'm going to see if it's actually just how we played, or maybe they just out-schemed us the second half. I don't know. I'm going to find that out. I'm going to watch that game film. I'm going to watch it twice. I'm going to watch the condensed version, see every play. I'm going to watch the version where I can watch it from every camera angle. So that's pretty much it. That's my video. My name's JD. Health to the Redskins.